and welcome to my channel. Well, this is Professor Dr. Aditi Aikad taking you through another very interesting episode. And when I say this channel is all about community medicine, how can we far away from health research? But today's topic is for all those young, enterprising medical graduate students willing to do research. And for that, ICMR, the Indian Council of Medical Research, provides a wonderful opportunity through the short-term student sale. And this year also, 2022, ICMR has announced its ICMR STS. And for that, I will take you through the basic guidelines which you need to know to apply for it, eligible for it, how to explore everything to your advantage. Well, the last date of registration is 11th of February this year, and the last date of application of submission is 21st of February within 5 p.m. So what are you waiting for? First, get your guide. He or she is the one who is going to take you through this STS journey and make it a smooth sell. Only thing is, one guide can take up only one student in a given year as per ICM dictum, and only regular full-time faculty attached with any MCI recognized medical or dental college are eligible. And remember, this is not meant for group study. 2 or more students are not permitted to work on the same topic together, and proposals submitted on the same topic by different students are liable to be rejected outright. And the topic is actually very, very vast, and anything visible, anything affordable, relevant, that may be accomplished within the stipulated time frame is absolutely fine. But remember, clinical trial protocols are not considered in STS. And whatever you do, ethical clearance has to be taken from your respective institution. There are certain important documents that you need to upload, and E includes the STS application, the research proposal, and the mandatory application attestation form. Remember, your proposal won't be accepted if it is not accompanied by the duly attested application attestation form. And all these documents needs to be uploaded in PDF file format. Here you can see a model application attestation form. For your understanding, here you need to put down your reference ID which you got while registering in the site. Put down your name, the name of your guide, the name of the institution concerned, the title of the proposal, and paste your recent colored passport size photograph. Put down your signature, your name, date, and ask your guide to sign, put his or her name, designation, concerned department, and these things needs to be duly attested by the departmental head and the institutional head as well. And once all these things are done and processed, you need to scan that hard copy and upload it. But remember, the file size should not be exceeding 1 MB. Now coming to the types of study. What are the different types of study that you may undertake in STS? It can be clinical investigations, epidemiological investigations, field research, health educational interventions, laboratory investigations, product development, therapy and management, in fact many more. And the subject area is absolutely vast. In fact, you can choose anything from anatomy to surgery, environment and occupational health to geriatrics, pharmacology to mental health, radiology to preventive and social medicine, endocrinology to epidemiology. The choice absolutely lies with you. But I would strongly suggest, don't take a topic just for the sake of applying for STS. Take something which is little bit, you can identify with, relate to, have an interest area. Maybe during your lecture classes or during your clinical works, you found something intriguing, something you feel passionate about, and have certain questions at the back of your mind. If you choose such topic, what will happen? This journey of STS will become an enjoyable one. So be wise. Now coming to the STS application or the proposal form. this has to be confirmed according to the ICMR STS directives, and you need to completely comply to that. Firstly, you should be putting down a title which should be concise, but at the same time reflecting what you intend to do. And this should be limited to 25 words. Then is the introduction. This is the place where you rationalize your content, that what is the reason that you should take up this study. And though it's given a 300 word limit, a 100 word bonus is always considered, so you can keep to 400 words. The objective is where you delineate the path how you're going to reach to it. And this is up to 100 words. You can break them up to 2 or 3 objectives. Methodology is actually the focal area, and that's why here you have the liberty of going up to 800 words. The implication is actually the usefulness of your study, and the word limit is 100 words. And references you should keep to 300 words and follow the Vancouver style only. Remember, references those articles from where you have sourced information to put down your introduction and claim your facts. Now coming to the very first one, there is a title. This is to a research paper what a headline is to a news article. So while writing the title, first and foremost identify an idea, and then you refine the idea. Ensure that it's clear, concise and attractive. It shouldn't be too long or it shouldn't be too short. And it should precisely describe what your study is going to go about. Your content to certain extent should be reflected in the title. Do not use any acronyms, abbreviations or jargon in the title. And try to make your idea specific, measurable, affordable, realistic, and something which is possible to achieve within the specified time frame of STS. And remember that if your study involves an intervention, it becomes a randomized controlled trial. If there is no intervention, it is an observational study. Remember, STS doesn't encourage any form of clinical trial. And based on this title, which you have developed from your basic idea that what you're looking for, you frame certain research questions in your mind. And the first part that after the title is the introduction, where you put up the importance of the thing you have taken up, why do you care about this research, and what is already known about this topic. Then you need to address what is not known about this topic. That is the gap in this particular topic, and how you want to address this gap. So basically you are explaining the rationale behind your study. So a brief overview of the problem statement, its magnitude, the gap in the research, and how you want to address that research with your aim behind it. The objective of the study is nothing but the problem statement which you have mentioned in the introduction. You refine it into certain questions, that is the research questions. That what are the things that is intriguing in your mind about those gap areas of the particular topic. And objective is the pathway, how you address that gap, how you bridge that gap to reach that particular information. Coming to the methodology, This would involve again a certain definite pointers to be included, like what type of study it is it observational, is it an interventional, experimental one. You should stay away from this randomized control trials because this won't be accepted, and rather stick to the observational ones which may be analytical or descriptive. And coming to the study design, it can be in the community level, it can be in the institutional level, it can be a case control, it can be a cohort, it may be cross-sectional in nature, it may be longitudinal in nature, but preferably cross-sectional because the time frame is much short. Now coming to the study population, here you need to mention the inclusion criteria, the exclusion criteria, that is whom you would like to keep in the study and whom you won't be able to keep in the study, the sample size. But remember, since it's an academic exercise and your study period is very brief, really calculated sample size based on the given formulas, it is really not feasible from your point of view, and a convenient sampling is rather preferred from your end. The proposed intervention, if you are doing an interventional one, then you need to mention the data collection procedures and the instruments used. Here the instrument used we are referring not only to the the physical instruments, maybe the weighing scale, the BP instrument, the blood drawing syringes. It can be the questionnaire as well, through which you are eliciting the data, and how you're going to ensure there is a quality control, confidentiality, anonymity maintained in the procedure. What is your plan of analysis? What are the statistical tools that you suggest to use? And of course, you have to conform to the ethical consideration and mention too. Coming to the implication. Well, this usually reflects that what your particular study is going to make a difference. How is it going to make a difference? Is it going to increase the knowledge bank, or is it going to cause a scientific advancement? Basically, the usefulness of your particular study. Because ICMR STS won't encourage something that has repeatedly done, or again at the same time won't approve of clinical trials as well. One very important thing you have to keep in mind while writing this introduction, where you are mentioning the importance of the topic chosen, the rationale behind it, where you are kind of giving the reasoning and showing the gaps. Often students do what they take certain excerpts from certain scientific articles and they put it in their material as it is, and sometimes changing a little bit in the sentence construction without even acknowledging the author or the source. This is absolutely not accepted by ICMR. Then this is called plagiarism. So sometimes you might think, I just took from the internet, it's okay. No, it's not okay. You cannot obtain another person's ideas, information, text, outcomes or results, or even a previous STS student's proposal or a STS report, somebody's thesis work or a textbook published work without proper credit or without quoting a reference. Because if you do so, it will amount to plagiarism and your application for STS will be downright rejected. So what are the ways to prevent this plagiarism? First and foremost, the place from where you are sourcing that information, you need to paraphrase the sentence. When I say paraphrase, I mean restructuring the sentence. I like doing this. Maybe the original sentence. How do you paraphrase it? this work is liked by me. So you're basically saying the same thing, but expressing it in a different way. But even if you paraphrase the sentence, you need to cite that original source. And you should cite it in text with mentioning a number according to the sequence of appearing in the text. And the cite numbered article has to be mentioned in the reference in the same bulleted number. Sometimes you find certain quotation very, you like to quote as it is. Then you have to put on the quotation marks and then only do it, but cite along with as well. See here, in this particular one, this is a Vancouver style example. Here the in-text citation, you can see that the numbers are given in 13, 14 within, parenthesis. And this 13 and 14, and later on there's in another sentence there's 15. That means it is sourced from a different one. So each in-text citation is given a unique number in the order that it appears in the text. And the reference list is the numeric order in the order that the in-text citations appear in the text. So since 13 or 14 appear earlier in the text, they will also figure as 13 and 14 in the reference list. As you see here, the 13 and 14 are given as numbers within parentheses. This can also be expressed in the form of 13, 14 in a superscripted font at the end of that sentence where it is sourced from. So now you may see, the one sentence and there are two references over there. It is because of the fact there are two authors maybe having similar thoughts mentioned there. So basically when you give two or more thoughts, references in the over a same thought, it actually gives a weightage to the thing. And here you can see the referencing, how it is. Now how easily you can take this referencing from the articles that you are, taking the materials from. So this is an example of a typical, research article which is, PubMed indexed. So here if you go, you can see in this particular article that in the right hand side there is a word called cite. If you click on it, it will open this kind of a box where you will find EMA, MLA, APA, NLM. These are the different types of citation. So you just go to the NLM, copy the material, and then you paste it in your reference. So that is the way this particular article should be cited. And then you write down accessed from and you copy this URL at the top where you can see, this, Gov, PMC articles, PMC 447878580, whichever is, in your particular article, whatever URL comes up, you copy that URL and you paste right after this, citation which you copied. And before that you write accessed from. And then you paste that URL. So that is one easy way of citing an article. And again, when you're putting in the in-text, that is when you're writing the introduction and you have finished writing that particular sentence, which you have taken from a certain article, you go to the end of the sentence, then you go to the top of the Word document, you'll find there is a reference. You click on the reference, you'll find there is written insert footnote, endnote. You click the insert endnote, and just as you insert the endnote, you will see a number has appeared at the end of the sentence, and similarly a number has appeared at the end of the page also. So and that is the place where you paste select the citation which you had copied from the article which I previously mentioned. So as you go through the body of the introduction and add your further citations, you just go to the end of the sentence, go to reference, insert endnote, just as the endnote will automatically show the next number. So if I have put another sentence and put another, such referencing insert endnote, the next number would have been 2. So similarly, what happens, easily you get the reference ready just as you finish your writing your introduction. And sometimes you may not get a ready citation. In that case, you need to construct from the information available in that article. You have to start with the reference number. Then you have to put down the name of the authors, the title of the article, the subtitle. If it is accessed from a book, the edition, the place of publication, the publisher, the year of publisher. And if it is an online accessed article, then it is the authors, the title of the article, the journal, the volume, the page number, where the DOI, and where did you access it from, that is the URL. You have to paste it there. And in the Vancouver style, always remember the surname comes first and the name comes next. Thank you so much for listening to it. And since this was a very requested video, hope this helps you all. All the very best for your ICMR STS. So happy studying and happy researching.